presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
Kill it. Now watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Why me do it? Kill it. Now watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay.
Welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche. Traditional things a center you think can still do to help his team win in this era of basketball?
Well, I think there are a number of things. One, you think about taking up space at both ends, being a rim protector defensively, and also quarterbacking the defense from behind the perimeter defenders is one way. And then on the offensive end, banging that glass, setting solid screens, again, using size to take up space and put pressure on the defense.
There'll always be room for the big man in this game, though, don't you think?
Oh, I don't think there's any question. His role changes, what all he does changes, but some of the basics never go out of style.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Down low, it's Morris and Horford. Marcus Smart is out there with Irving, and it's Tatum in at the 3 slot. Here's Paul. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And, you know, with a guy like Paul, sometimes there's nothing you can do. I mean, really. Get a hand up, doesn't matter. He still knocks it down.
Pass to Morris. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Smart, and the pass to Horford. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Tatum. Count it from 12. Tatum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Hey, that mid-range game, I know everybody wants to shoot threes, and you've got to have it in your quiver. But the in-between game, that helps you become an all-around scorer.
Harden's shot is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, you know, one of the things about Mike D'Antoni is that he's an excellent offensive mind, but he gives his players so much confidence. His defensive reputation is not as strong, but with the Rockets last season, they actually were a lockdown team at times. D'Antoni answering those critics about not being a defensive-minded coach.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Smart's got his first points in this one.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, and I think all credit goes to that being just good offense. I mean, those are the kind of shots they want, and they got them.
For Houston, they have 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. Houston with a big group substitution here. Fareed's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Green comes in for Gordon. Shumpert, who's checked in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. It's stolen by Brown. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. The 3, Brown, good. Brown's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Celtics leading by 3. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
The kick out to Rozier. Unloads from 13. Here's Baines, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff is really in harmony. And a star in Harden, who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
And Shumpert kicks to Rivers. 52 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Fareed. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Rivers against Rozier. Passes it to Baines. Here's Tice. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hayward. And again, it's Boston converting.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Rozier against Rivers. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 3. We've got Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
P.J. Tucker is out there with Green. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Fareed in at center. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, you realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you. Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Dribble drive has never gone out of style. Still a primary weapon when you think about some of the guys who are best at that. Who comes to mind, Clark?
Man, there are a lot of guys that convert off the bounce at a high level. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, one of the very best. I don't know if anybody has a handle as sweet as his. Harden is terrific off the dribble with pull-up. True, maybe the ilk of those guys, but certainly a handful when he's got the ball in his hands with a live dribble.
Smart against Harden. Baseline J on the way, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Smart's got his second basket of the game. Rockets trail by 6. Paul looking over the floor. Wants to get it to Fareed and does.
Room service assist from Paul. Can't put the ball in a better spot. His vision, outstanding.
Paul against Irving. Tatum on the wing. Morris outside. Nailed from three-point land.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Ball's knocked loose. In the corner, it's Gordon. Here's Tucker. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Tucker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Irving passes to Horford, and a dunk by Horford.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Simply missed a connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
1:21 left in the first half. Knocked away, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet. And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game. .56 seconds left here in the second. Tucker drills the three-pointer. Tucker's got 6 in the quarter.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
Irving finds Horford. Back to Irving. Over Paul. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Harden the pass to Paul. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Morris. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from James Harden.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
You can see there Irving just getting a little tricky with the handles. He has so many ways he can beat you.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets, trailing by 5. It's tipped. Here's Capella. The shot's good. Capella's got his first bucket in this one.
Good concentration that time by Capella.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
On the court for the Celtics. Down low, it's Morris and Horford. Irving is out there with Marcus Smart, and it's Tatum in at the 3. The kick out to Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Irving's got the first points of the second half here for Boston.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
And there it is for him.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Kenneth Farid's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And a wide open look for Irving. Cans it from downtown. Irving's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Celtics. Houston's gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Harden inside the three-point line. Again, the Rockets score.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
Got a piece of it. Irving again. against Paul. Irving's shot is good.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Pass to Harden. Fires from deep. Rebound, Boston.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Gordon against Tatum. Harden kicks to Paul. And some nice passing there by Houston. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Tatum. Irving, the open look. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And it's an 11-point Boston. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Timeout called the Rockets. And the Celtics traded first overall pick in 2017. You know, many Gregg are settling for Jason Tatum for team needs, but he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they've been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
Here's Brown, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
And Brown is just so physically imposing. I mean, especially inside where he usually gets whatever he wants.
And Shumpert kicks to Rivers. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 9.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Shumpert dishes to Rivers. Capella, the pass to Rivers. Down low, Green shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rivers against Irving. Knocks it loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. The deep 3 from Irving, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Celtics lead by 11. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And
4. Gordon out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Green. And it's Rivers in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Hayward outside. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Outside, Green. And it's sent back by Horford. And they're able to recover. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Capella. And it's Irving with the ball for the Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Hayward the bounce pass. Rozier against Gordon. Lock at 6. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his first foul. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Paul comes in for Rivers. Then for the Celtics, Morris is checked in for Hayward. Jason Tatum comes in for Brown. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Irving. Horford's shot is good. And the Celtics lead by 8.
A top-notch postgame is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Rozier against Paul. Rozier with the steal. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Celtics.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to be on fire from beyond. They have been really good from the three-point line.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Harden. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Morris outside. 17-foot shot on the way. Houston now, time running out. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 8.
He needed to convert on all of those. Missed opportunities at the line are the last thing they need right now.
Tatum on the wing. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 4th assist in this one. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 10. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Team, he told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Morris outside, 6 to shoot. Here's Smart. The shot from the low post is good. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with the solid.
For the 3 for Houston.
Yeah, the range of Harden deserves a lot of respect because his form is really almost perfect. He's never off balance when he shoots the 3-point shot. He's always got his legs under it.
Here's Morris. Stolen by Tucker.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
This is it. This one's over, folks. Too little, too late.
And they're able to recover. From the arc. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Horford.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 10. 29 seconds left to play here in the 4th. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Brown throws it down hard.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner. But unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Rozier against Rivers. Now, here's Rozier. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know